declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of His hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge without speech or language, without a sound to be heard. Their voice has gone out into all the earth, their words to the ends of the world. In the heavens He has pitched a tent for the sun, like a bridegroom emerging from his chamber, like a champion rejoicing to run his course. It rises at one end of the heavens and runs its circuit to the other. Nothing is deprived of its warmth. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The testimony of the Lord is trustworthy, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, bringing joy to the heart. The commandments of the Lord are radiant, giving light to the eyes. The fear of the Lord is pure, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true, being altogether righteous. They are more precious than gold, than much pure gold. They are sweeter than honey from the comb. By them indeed your servant is warned, and keeping them is great reward. Who can discern his own errors? Cleanse me from my hidden faults. Keep your servant also from willful sins. May they not rule over me, then I will be blameless and cleansed of great transgression. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight. Oh Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Oh Lord, the heavens declare your glory. The sky don't keep it quiet, it tells on the day. Glory in the morning, then the night gives way. The stars preach with no tongue, still I hear them say, there is a hand above me, calling me to stay. Day to day keeps speaking, night to night keeps sowing. No word leaves that canvas, the message carries on. Let the words of my mouth be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. Let the words of my mouth be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. Your law is more than paper, it wakes up the soul. Your way can make the simple steady and whole. Your orders are right enough to show me the road. Your words are sweet like honey when my spirit feels cold. They shine where I'm blind, they pull me back in line. They open up my eyes like light through the pine. Let the words of my mouth be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. Let the words of my mouth be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest words of my mouth. Be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. Let the words of my mouth be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. May my rock and my redeemer hear me tonight. Make my hidden light stand in the light.
Grace and peace, everybody. We are back. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. I know I told y'all I was not going to do a Friday Night Lights tonight. I just got back probably about 35, 40 minutes ago from picking up Chief Executive, second born. We got home a lot faster than I thought. And I was like, okay, well, we're not going to do a live stream. But then we saw this, and I'm sorry, we got to talk about it. This is going to be a different show. So I want to shout out to everybody who's already jumped into the best live chat on the internet. We are going to look at the now infamous video, and I'm using this term very loosely, that shows what happened at that track meet when Karmelo Anthony killed Austin Metcalf. But I have to caution everybody. I'm just gonna put this out here. A couple weeks ago, when the trial was getting underway, I said that this trial seemed bad. I said something seemed wrong about it. And I do believe that this trial, the people that are supporting Karmelo Anthony don't care. Facts don't matter to them. They don't. They've made up concocted stories. I'm sure if you've been on X, you've heard some of the most ridiculous stories about this, narratives about this event that are just out of whole cloth. Like, where did you get that from? Who told you that? And it's just crazy stuff. These people don't care. And I'm encouraging the people who are, for lack of a better term, I told you so's. You're like me. I'm an I told you so too, right? Just be mindful that the people that support Karmelo Anthony don't care. They really don't care. I mean, it could have been shot by Michael Bay, and they could be showing it on IMAX in every movie theater around the world, showing that Karmelo Anthony did this. They still don't care because these people don't want truth. They hate truth. And you have to be mindful of the fact. We're going to look at the video, but you must be mindful that the people who rock with Karmelo Anthony, free Karmelo, justice for Karmelo, believe Karmelo, they don't care about truth. They don't. And you cannot get lost in the sauce and get caught up in the back and forth with them. Just let them go. Just let them go. Just let them go. Hand them over to Satan for the destruction of their bodies, that their souls might not be lost. Don't get caught up in this. And again, I'm speaking to myself because this video, there was so much I wanted to do with this video clips. Because you know that dude that got on there talking about all that stuff about he got beat up and there's all this fighting, these 4 guys and all this kind of stuff like that. This video proves that dude to be completely a liar. And I said it. I said he was lying when he said it. But I guarantee you, as sure as my name is Jason, they're going to come back and say, well, that's not all the video. There's another video that shows something else. That's what's going to happen. These people don't care about truth. They don't. So please, we're going to have a good time. This will be our little end zone dance, y'all. Shout out to the men's soccer team. Shout out to the soccer team, Team America. This will be our little end zone dance, but please don't be surprised that Karmelo Anthony supporters don't get changed at all. Don't be surprised. Do not lose hope. Do not become discouraged. Do not be like, oh, the sky is falling. We got to go. No, whatever. If you want to keep doing that, y'all do that. Knock yourselves out. We're going to go over here and take care of our own families, love our families, grow our businesses, take care of our communities, serve in our churches, worship with our church communities. Go ahead, go do whatever you're going to do. I mean, I'm just saying this ahead of time because I already know what's going to be I already know the play. And I knew it. I knew it when this whole thing got started. This was going to be a bad thing. I knew it. And It's not gotten any better. So shout out to Sarah Fields on X, as well as JDMiles on X. I think Nick Sorter also has been posting these. I'm just going to play. There's one segment that actually has some audio in it. Everything else is audio free. Okay. So it's not really anything to hear, rather. Please forgive me. But I do want to say thank y'all so much for jumping in. This was very impromptu. It was not scheduled. It was not planned. I actually said I wasn't going to be doing a live stream tonight because I thought I was going to be coming home too late. But we got home on time, and look at me. I can't help it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, I'm just going to play it through, and then we can come back in and kind of stop. I'm just going to let you. I took all of the clips that I could find and put them together into what looks like a reasonable timeline, and then we'll come back over it again. It's only like 4 minutes, so let me pull it in, and here we go. Well, I would say green hearts in the chat if you could hear, but there's nothing to hear. Let's go. And we're going to go back over it. I almost want to play the audio of that dude lying. Don't worry, we're going to go back over it. I'm just going to play it one time through all the way, and then I'll stop and go with what I understand is happening in this video. So we'll go back over it. Have no fear. All right, so this is here we go.
Under a memorial pen. Don't reach for anything, all right, man? Stop right there for me. Okay. Dispatch 443. I got the suspects, and they're currently treating the victim. Again, he's on the north end of the stadium. All right. Any weapons on you like that? Oh, look here. How long? I know I'm not. 4-4, copy, I'll be in route. Help me, y'all back up a little bit. Come over here for me. Over here. I'm gonna put your handcuffs for now, okay, bud? Dispatch 443. Everybody can slow down. I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now detained. Anything, everyone else can slow down. Suspect detained in handcuffs. Hold on. can open up the channel, and medics are clear to come in. Have them come to the northeast entrance. That's gonna be a gate that's wide open there, and then you come to the victim from there. This is the alleged suspect. All right, okay. What's their name? So nothing on your person at all? Nothing? Mind if I reach in your pockets and stuff and all that? Nothing gonna stab me? Okay. I'm gonna be a little personal there, okay? Just to make sure. Okay. All right. The victim's gonna be underneath that tent over there, so I'll get medics. Memorial tent over there, guys. All right. He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me. What's happening right now? Victim will be on the north end. They got staff standing to him right now. This is the latest suspect. Already? No. We searched them. You got nothing on him.
I don't know what happened.
4.3. Check the name of CBR process for a witness.
Crazy.
You should have dropped in.
Sorry, open for a second. It's up to you. It's up to you.
That's fine. This is closer.
Okay. Let me do one more little check of you, okay? Yes, you don't mind for reaching your pockets, anything like that? You good?
I'm wearing some little under.
Well, yeah.
Like no ma'am, I don't think so.
What's your name, man?
Karmelo Anthony, K-A-R-M-E-L-O.
4:30, shut out.
Okay.
Crazy.
Have a seat here real quick, man. Watch your head. Let me check your hood here, buddy, okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, lean this way so you're not resting on your hands, okay? All right, see a little bit of blood on your hands there, okay? All right.
402, I'm on scene.
So your first name is Karmelo?
A-R-M-E-L-O.
Let's see, hold on one second.
Okay.
I don't know yet, man. Karmelo, C-A-R-A.
K-A-R.
K-A-R-M-E-L-O.
M-E-L-O.
Karmelo. What's your last name? A-N-T-H. And why? We're ready. When?
I'm in 12th grade.
10th grade? You go to Emerson?
No, sir.
Where do you go? Centennial. Okay.
I'm in 12th grade.
12th grade? Okay. No, Centennial. All right, sit tight for me real quick, bud, all right? All right. Let me run this guy real quick. I haven't talked to him at all.
There's the knife. All right. So shout out to the best live chat. I'm gonna go back through it and explain what I understood. I've been reading up a little bit, what I understand is going on, and then we'll go through X because there's tons of other clips that have been added since I did this video montage. So let's go back through it. And shout out to the best live chat on the internet. I appreciate everybody hopped in and popped in. Let's get at it. Let's go. Okay, so from here, how I understand it, we are looking at Karmelo Anthony entering the stadium for the track meet. Let me hit play. Okay. So when the bubble pops on him, that's him coming into the track meet. Just coming in, just walking, just being a teenager. just walking, not bothering anybody. From my viewpoint, I can see he has a backpack on, and we'll see the backpack in a moment. But that's just him, just walking. Okay, so now let me get myself out of the way. Let's do this, Jason. No, it's not gonna work. Okay, I'm just gonna get out of the way. All right, so here's the infamous what happened, and we'll probably stop several times. All right, there's some kids just walking. I don't know who these four are right here. From my understanding, Karmelo is already under the tent, and they're just doing, just under the tent already. And of course, all of our focus should be under this maroon with gold tent on the left-hand side. That's where all the action is going to be taking place in a second. And if I'm understanding it correctly, and I might be wrong, he's already under the tent. There's already get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Something happens. You see him now pop up at the top. I'll back up a little bit. He's going to pop up at the top. And I want you to be mindful that you're going to see a body, a human, stumbling down the stairs, stumbling down the bleachers in a second. He's going to have yellow and maroon on. And, well, now that might be where I missed it. I'm sorry. Well, we see Karmelo getting on the good foot. So he's not running to a teacher. He's not running to a coach. He's not running to somebody to tell them that they're coming after me. Like, they're all pointing. You can see clearly they're pointing at him. You can see that. And Karmelo is getting on the good foot. Now he's trying to walk fast, speed walk. And he's like, and they're all running after him because he stabbed somebody. And he's trying to blend into the crowd. I'm like, no, sir. And now he's coming back. And now he's coming back with a security guard, with a police officer. And here's this scene right here. And we saw this. He's patting him down.
Under a memorial tent.
Don't reach for anything, all right, man? Stop right there for me.
Now, we're gonna watch this again, but there's some points here where you hear him say, he put his hands on me. He put his hands on me. Now, they were beating me up. They jumped me. They was mollywhopping me. None of that stuff. But this is consistent with what we heard from the witnesses during the trial. So let's listen.
Dispatch 443. I got these suspects, and they're currently treating the victim. Again, he's on the north end of the stadium. All right. Any weapons on you like that? Go ahead. I'll look here.
Did you hear right there? He said he put his hands on me, and you hear the fire sirens coming, the ambulance sirens rather, and you hear him say he put his hands on me. Let me back up again. You could hear him clearly say he put his hands on me. He said something else as well, but the microphone and the walkie-talkie were just too loud. But you can clearly hear him say, he put his hands on me.
Y'all back up a little bit. Come over here for me. Over here. I'm gonna put your handcuffs for now, okay? Dispatch 443. Everybody can slow down. I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now detained.
Everyone else can slow down. Suspect detained in handcuffs.
Hold on. You can open up the channel, and medics are clear to come in. Have them come to the northeast entrance. That's gonna be a gate that's wide open there, and then you come to the victim from there. This is the alleged suspect. Okay. What they there? So nothing on your person at all? Nothing? Mind if I reach in your pockets and stuff and all that? Nothing gonna stab me? Not bad.
I'm going to be out with this as well. Crazy.
I'm gonna be a little personal there, okay? Just to make sure. Okay. All right. The victim's going to be underneath that tent over there, so I'll get medics. Memorial tent over there, guys. All right. He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. That crying, that sounds like your child when they know that they're in trouble. You pick them up from school, and the teacher has already called, and they are trying their best to smooth it over with he put his hands on me. That sounds so pitiful. Let me back it up so you can hear it again. That's crazy work, man.
Over there, guys. All right. He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me. I'll tell you right now. Victim is over here on the north end. They got staff standing to him right now. This is the alleged suspect.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just jaded because I've watched too many body cam videos and I've seen too many people try to smooth over the police with that crying stuff and that fake tear stuff. That's some low down, dastardly behavior right there. No, sir. You just killed somebody. You killed somebody, my dude. And I do think it starts. Somebody asked, when did he find out that he had deleted Austin Metcalf? I don't know when, but I think it really, when he saw the paramedics walking up, I do think that's when it hit him. Like, oh, this is not good. That's just my interpretation, my interpolating of what happened, because it seems like it now hits him right then when hears the word victim under the tent and you see the paramedics going in. I think that's when it kind of hit him like, oh, wait, I did something really bad. Let me back up so y'all can you can see what I saw.
The victim's going to be underneath that tent over there.
Victim.
So medics.
Here's medics.
Memorial tent over there, guys. All right. He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me. I'll tell you right now. Victim is over here on the north end. They got staff standing to him right now. This is the alleged suspect. Already? No. Research them. Got nothing. I don't know what happened.
There's some conversation going on. Somebody asked right here. Shout out to A Biblical Worldview. How are you, sister? There's some conversation that's hard to hear on the body cam. So he may have said that because there's a part where he's saying something. You just can't. I can't make it out. And I'm sure somebody smarter than me is going to figure it out. And they're going to come back, in a day or two and tell us exactly what he said. But I couldn't figure it out. But he may have said that then. I don't know. When he was first getting arrested, his hands over his head, I felt like he could have said it then. He says quite a bit there, actually. Okay, let's go. Yeah.
It's up to you.
That's fine. This is closer.
Okay. Let me do one more little check. check of you, okay? You don't mind for reaching your pockets, anything like that? You good?
I'm wearing some little under. No, ma'am, I don't think so.
What's your name, man?
Karmelo Anthony, Karmelo.
430, shut me out.
Okay. Have a seat here real quick, man. Watch your head. Let me check your hood here, buddy, okay? Well, I'll tell you what, lean this way so you're not resting on your hands, okay? All right, see a little bit of blood on your hands there, okay? All right.
402, I'm on scene.
So your first name is Karmelo? Let's see, hold on one second. I don't know yet, man. Karmelo, C-A-R-A. K-A-R. M-E-L-O. Karmelo, what's your last name? A-N-T-H. O-N-Y. We're ready, you win.
I'm in 12th grade.
10th grade? You go to Emerson?
No, sir.
Where do you go? Centennial. Okay.
I'm in 12th grade.
12th grade? Okay, North Centennial. All right, sit tight for me real quick, bud, all right? Let me run this guy real quick. I haven't talked to him at all.
All right, so that's the knife on the bleacher right there. Y'all let me know if that looks like a Boy Scout tool, like Charleston White said, or a small 3-inch blade, like Jasmine Crockett said, or all the others. You know, so small didn't even register, only stabbed them one time. You know, tell me, because that looks pretty gnarly. Where's the pulling and shoving and yanking him by his hoodie and all that stuff? Nothing. Okay, so that is all of the, well, not all of it. I apologize. There's quite a bit more that's been popping up since we've been on live. So I'm going to pull X in. I'm going to jump over to X real quick and we can look at, actually, on X, the arrest body cam is much clearer. I don't know why, but it is way clearer. So maybe it also, maybe you can hear it better. So let me pull this in and see what we got. All right, let's bring this in. Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. Well, that's not right, Jason. Remove that. Here we go. Now. No, that's not right either, Jason. We're batting a 0 tonight here, ladies and gentlemen. We're batting. This is live content here. This is live. All right, here we go. Now we got it. All right, it looks way clearer. I don't know why it's so clear over here. Let me pull the audio in.
Dispatch 443. Everybody can slow down.
Oh, yeah, this is way clearer.
If somebody is shooting the victim.
Whoa, did you hear that? Oh, wait, did you hear it? All right, listen to right when it starts. Listen to what he says.
Hold on.
Did you hear it? All right, he said, I'm protecting myself. Now, he didn't say it was self-defense, but he does say, I'm protecting myself. Did you hear it? Let me back up again so we can hear it. That was not clear the first time.
Hold on. If somebody is shooting the victim, they need to be over there.
Under a memorial tent.
Don't reach for anything, all right, man? Stop right there for me. Dispatch 443. I got the suspects, and they're currently treating the victim. Again, he's on the north end of the stadium. All right. Any weapons on you like that? Oh, look here.
Okay, I heard right there. He said he put his hands on me. I'm gonna back up again. I don't know why when it's clearer, it also sounds clearer. Goodness gracious, man. I'm hearing a whole lot more now. It's like revelation up in here. I'm getting revelation. All right, listen again.
Come on. Oh, look here.
How long? He put his hands on me. I know I'm not.
4-4, copy, I'll be in route.
Y'all back up a little bit. Come over here for me.
Yeah. There you go. Wait, shout out to what's that? Rolly. Yeah, that's exactly what I heard. I know I'm wrong. He put his hands on me. But again, is he put his hands on me, not they were beating me up. They was mollywhopping me. No, he said he put his hands on me. Yeah, this is not gonna look good at all.
Over here.
447, clear.
I'm gonna put your handcuffs for now, okay? Dispatch 443. Everybody can slow down. I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now, detained.
Everyone else can slow down.
One second.
Suspects detained in handcuffs.
Hold on. You can open up the channel, and medics are clear to come in. Have them come to the northeast entrance. That's gonna be a gate that's wide open there, and then you come to the victim from there.
Received.
This is the alleged suspect. All right.
Dispatch is 432. Put the hands up. Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Whoa! Did y'all hear it? Yo, what are they doing? This audio is killing me. Yo, I don't know if my ears just woke up or something. Did y'all hear it? Oh man, this is not an exercise. Did you hear? Okay, watch again. Listen again.
Dispatch is 432. Put the hands up. Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
He just said, "I'm not alleged. I did it." Hold on. Well, back up, y'all. Okay, let's get a running start. All right, I'm gonna be quiet. Listen to when he says, "I have the alleged perpetrator," or whatever he said. I'm sorry. He says, "I'm not alleged. I did it." Listen. Wow.
Dispatch is 432. Put the hands up. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. What's the there? This is the alleged suspect.
All right. He says alleged suspect. The officer says alleged suspect, and you hear him say, "I'm not alleged," but he says it again. I know how things go. I'm not alleged. I did it. Wow. Okay, let me back up again. We'll go until we get it right.
This is the alleged suspect.
Dispatch is 432. Put the hands up. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. What's the there?
That's it. I know how things go. I'm not alleged. I did it. Wow. What did you do? Wow.
So nothing on your person at all? No, nothing? No, sir. Mind if I reach in your pockets and stuff and all that? Nothing gonna stab me?
No, sir.
Okay.
I'm going to be out with this as well. Received.
I'm gonna a little personal there, okay? Just to make sure. Okay. All right. The victim's going to be underneath that tent over there, so I'll get medics.
I think when he said victim is underneath the tent, that's when it actually hit Karmelo that this is not good. And he sees the medics walking up. They have a lot of gear, by the way. Somebody was asking, why don't they run? They got a lot of gear. It is not going to be efficient for them running because they have to be in their right mind. And you don't need them gassed and winded out because they done ran up in here carrying 70 pounds of gear with them. But let's continue.
Memorial tent over there, guys. All right.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
I don't know what he said. I told him what?
He put his hands on me.
Guys, all right.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what he's saying right there. He put his hands on me. I told him nothing. He put his hands on me. I don't get what he's saying. I'm gonna back up just again one more time. Sorry.
He put his hands on
Oh
me.
wait.
Memorial tent over there, guys. All right.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
What's happening right now? Victim is over here on the north end. They got staff standing to him right now. This is the alleged suspect. Already? No. We searched them. Got nothing on him.
423. Trackers have an CPR process
Now,
for a witness.
yeah, I'm wondering if right there when the female officer says, "I don't know what happened," I'm wondering because you hear Karmelo say something prior to her saying, "I don't know what happened." I'm wondering, is that when he asked, "Is he going to be okay?" Because and she said, "I don't know what happened." So let me back up real quick and go again.
Already? No. We searched them. Got nothing on him.
Right, he's saying something right there. He said something to her, and maybe that's when he said, what happened? Is he going to be okay or whatever? I'm gonna listen again.
Already? No. We searched them. Got nothing on him.
It's hard to hear.
423. Trackers have an CPR process for a witness.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's the wrong thing.
Crazy.
Okay, that sounds right. Okay.
Up to you. It's up to you.
This is closer.
Let me do one more little check of you, okay?
Yes, sir.
You don't mind for reaching your pockets, anything like that? You good?
I'm wearing some little under. No, ma'am, I don't think so.
What's your name, man?
Karmelo Anthony, Karmelo.
430, show me out.
Crazy.
Have a seat here real quick, man. Watch your head. Let me check your hood here, buddy, okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, lean this way so you're not resting on your hands, okay? All right, see a little bit of blood on your hands there, okay? All right.
402, I'm on scene.
So your first name is Karmelo?
Crazy.
Let's see, hold on one second.
Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know yet, man. Karmelo, Cara
Karmelo.
Melo, Karmelo. What's your last name? Anthony. And why? Where are you in?
I'm in 12th grade.
10th grade? You go to Emerson?
No, sir.
Where do you go? Centennial. Okay.
I'm in 12th grade.
12th grade?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, Centennial. All right, sit tight for me real quick, bud, all right? Let me run this guy real quick. I haven't talked to him at all.
All right, so all right, we're just going to go through a couple of now that more evidence is coming out. Of course, there are tons of refuting or refutations of people who spoke real reckless about this, real recklessly about this. So here's one, Jasmine Crockett in the building. Jasmine, come up here to the front of the church. Let's go.
Kid who had decided to go under a tent that was not his team's tent as it was raining, and simply didn't want to be put out in the rain by some random kid that he didn't know. Kid who had decided to go under a tent that was not his team's tent as it was raining, and simply didn't want to be put out in the rain by some random kid that he didn't know.
And they're making it pretty clear. It wasn't raining. It's pretty clear it was not raining. All right, so here's another. This is sideways. I don't know why, but that's a picture of them walking to the police car. I guess this is Austin. I guess one of them. I don't know exactly who that might be. Tons of things from the World Cup. Yeah, Nick Sorter is who had that very clear image of what happened. Shout out to Nick as well. I'll make sure I add him to the video as well, to the description. This is very interesting that everybody now is coming clear forward with these videos, because here's another one from Fox, and this is the 911 call. Like, this is crazy. Where all these videos come from?
Frisco 911, what is the location of the emergency?
Hi, we're at Kuykendall Stadium. My friend just got stabbed.
Okay, do you know who stabbed him?
We have no clue. He was sitting in our tent, but you need to send an ambulance right now.
They're on the way, okay? Give me a description of the person that stabbed him.
He was wearing a gray Essentials hoodie. He was black. He's standing out on the track right now.
He's standing on the track?
Yeah.
Okay.
His blue sweatpants on and John.
Okay, and what did he stab your friend with?
I don't know. My friend's bleeding everywhere.
Okay. Okay. Where was he stabbed at?
The chest.
Okay. And do you still see the person that stabbed him, or did he leave?
It was Austin. Austin got stabbed in the chest. I'm sorry, what did you say?
The person that stabbed him, is he still there? Do you still see him?
There's adults on him, I think. Yeah.
There's adults that are trying to keep him there?
Know who he is. Sorry, what?
The person that stabbed your friend, is he still there?
Yeah, he's still here.
Okay. And
He's with the coach.
There's a coach with him?
Yes, he's with people got him.
Okay. Do you know if he still has the weapon on him?
No clue, but he's like he can't do nothing. He's done.
What do you mean?
He stabbed Austin Metcalf in the chest. What?
What do you mean he can't do anything? What's going on with him?
Coaches have him, he can't hurt anyone.
Okay, when you say they have him, are they physically holding him down?
No, they're just holding him, walking around.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What's your name? What's your last name?
Thank you for removing that.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your last name? And do you see any of the responders there yet?
We hear the sirens, but
the
coach has sent us out. We're all walking to our buses.
Okay. So you're going to get on a bus right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the rest of the students are walking towards the buses?
Yeah, everyone's being evacuated out the stadium.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being quick.
Okay. Just follow whatever directions you're being provided by either the officers or by your coaches, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it. All kinds of help headed that way.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. And I really want y'all to remember that guy that was telling the story about that Dwayne guy that went on that podcast telling that story. None of that comports with what we're seeing here. Not a bit. Not a bit. And I had people saying I was wrong for saying that guy was a liar. But we're sitting here watching this. All of us are watching this together. And nothing that man said, maybe that it was raining. Maybe we can give him that and say it was raining. But that's about all we can give him. There's not much more than he said that was actually true. And it's unfortunate because people are believing these stories, these crafted narratives, rather than just accept the fact that Austin Metcalf is dead because of Karmelo's inability to manage his and regulate his emotions. That's it. There's nothing else. We don't have to make it more deep than that. It doesn't have to do anything about blackness or whiteness or social economics, whatever. You cannot control your emotions. When somebody told you something, sure. Who gives Austin the permission to tell him what to do? Okay, fine. But the dude killed him because he asked him to leave? Come on. You're not gonna flip this on his head and make Austin the predator and Hunter the puppet master and all this other craziness that we're hearing. Carmelo Anthony sinned. That's it. That's it. He's going to be responsible for his own sin. And that's what he did. Accept it and move on. Just roll on. Shout out to Fit Lawyer ATL. This is my friend right here. She's a fantastic legal mind. And what does she say right here? This is why I tell people to shut up and take the ride. All statements he made after the incident were used against him to prove it wasn't self-defense. Shout out to Fit Lawyer ATL. I appreciate you for the very kind 20. And she did it again. She said again with another 20. Miranda is not required when you are not being interrogated while in custody. That's why spontaneous statements can get you in a whole lot of trouble. I agree with you. No one asked him a question about the incident. He just kept blurting things out, shaking my head, all bad. Shout out to Fit Lawyer ATL. Thank you so much for the very kind and extremely gracious supers right there. Thank you so much, friend. Y'all put Fit in the chat. Let Fit know we appreciate her. And what here? What did Tabasco say? Wait, Tabasco's K9 Academy. Shout out. I love the name. Jasmine lies. She says it was a small tool. Then she was not sure, but then affirms that it was a 3.5-inch knife. Thanks for your work. Thank you for the very kind 5. This is all I'm saying. Like, people put themselves in, they didn't have to do that. Nobody had to say, oh, it was a small knife. It was a cleat cleaning tool. By the way, if you ran track, tell me what a cleat cleaning tool is. Nobody knows, because it's not a real thing. You didn't have to do that, though. That's the thing. Nobody required these people to try to justify Carmelo Anthony's doing something wrong. He did something wrong. We can't justify it. That's all you had to do. But all these people have twisted themselves into these phonetic pretzels trying to justify this. And now look where they are. Charleston White. Now look where you are, Jasmine Crockett. Now look where you are, all these other people. When you try to twist it and just say, instead of just saying what is the truth, Carmelo Anthony killed that boy and it was wrong. There's no other way around it. You don't have to do anything more than that. And it's sad because now we've spent so much time fighting each other when we really didn't have to fight anybody at all. I mean, Carmelo is the one that's going to have to pay for his sin. His mom and dad, they're going to have to figure it out. But if you sit there and give them money because of it, that's on you. And that is 100% on you. Oh my gosh. I'm just looking through here real quick, make sure there were some other ones came up. I don't want to pull up some of them, so I'm gonna leave those alone. Yeah. This is some wild work though. All right. What do we got here? Shout out to the best live chat on the internet. Shout out. The court released the evidence. Okay. Oh, all the evidence. Got you. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Fit. I feel like the dispatch was focused a lot on the assailant and not much on the victim. The 911 operator, from my understanding, I'm just going to go by what I understood from there. You can clearly tell. Thank you so much, Biblical Worldview. That's a good question. You can clearly tell that they already knew. Somebody has already called. It wasn't the first call. So, because she even mentions, do you hear the sirens? Are they there? So you can tell that the medics were already alerted. Hence, they were already on their way to the stadium. She just wanted to make sure that the person that did it wasn't running free, footloose and fancy free, which I think is a reasonable thing. But I could be wrong. Yeah, vindication. He was not jumped. I mean, we don't see anything that looks like he was being jumped. That's a good question. How did it come to? I don't know. Shout out to the question. How did a good kid with no record, good GPA, 2 part-time jobs, he saved a child. How did this end up happening? That's a great question. No, I take that back. No. We know exactly how it happened. He is a sinner. And we do this. We humans are really good at sinning. And he does not have emotional regulation. That was it. We don't have to make this more complex than that. We don't have to get into, generational trauma and all that kind of stuff like that. It was literally, he did not have emotional regulation. If you have children, you've seen this happen. You've seen this. You've had a child act a fool over something. You're like, what in the world? Just explode over something like, wait, what happened? What are we doing? In the grocery store? At the toy store? This is what we're doing? You've seen it happen? and just not put it in the body of a 17-year-old and sadly give a 17-year-old a knife. And that's exactly what we have. Shout out to Fit. What did Fit say here? Fit said this. Thank you again, Fit. I still need to see the original video from the Frisco ISD. I understand that. I've heard it's much clearer than the zoomed in video used in trial. Let me book this flight to Texas. Well, if you go, please bring your boy back some brisket. Please. I totally get it, because you can't see up from that. You don't know who's who in that video. So yeah, if you get a better video, please. But I don't think that changes much after that, though. But shout out to Fit. They probably didn't release the footage until after the trial. Okay, that's fair. I can get with that. I can get with that. Yeah, and shout out to John. Yeah, nothing so far remotely corroborated the Carmelo Anthony supporters' theories. That's the problem. And that's why I open this up and say Carmelo's people don't care about truth. So don't even get in your feelings. Don't even get offended. Don't even be bothered by the fact that they're going to come up with another story tomorrow about this to justify it. And don't even lose sleep over it. Like, whatever, man. Go on, keep it. Just go on, keep it, my dude. I'm not arguing with you about this. Because they're going to keep doing, they don't care about truth. They care about being right, and they're going to do whatever they have to do to make themselves right. That's it. And the whole, from my understanding, the kid that he saved was like in a swimming pool, and the mom wasn't looking. It was a kid that was, taking in a little bit too much water. He just it wasn't like fought off, 8 sharks and 3 piranhas and a lightning strike or something. He just got a kid out of the water, which is still commendable. And it was like when he was 12. It wasn't like last week. It was like the kid was like 12 when he did that. So I don't know all the veracity of it. I'm going to say that he did, in fact, do it, but it's not like he did it yesterday, right? It's not like he did. It would be much more powerful if he had done it right before he went to the track meet, right? Not when he was 12 years old. Yeah, he put his hands on me. But see, even in that, he put his hands on me. Let that guy, what's his name, Dwayne? He said 4 guys were kicking on him, punching him, yanking him by his hoodie, so on and so forth. And we didn't see anything that looked like that. Nothing that looked like that. Yeah, apparently there is a cleaner version of the video, but okay, fine. What if we never get a cleaner version? What if they give us a cleaner version, an IMAX version, shot in 12K? And what will it take for Carmelo's people to actually admit Carmelo Anthony moved wrong? Like, what will it take? I believe he was deceased under the tent, but I don't know. I'm not absolutely sure of that. But again, they weren't giving him blood transfusions under the tent like Dwayne said. Dwayne said that they gave him blood transfusion under the tent. That's crazy. You don't do that. They don't come with blood. They don't come to an event, to theater, with blood in their med kits. That just doesn't happen. How do you know what blood to give them? Like, that's just dumb. Yeah, and most people agree. Like, if you just stay silent, who knows? He might have been able to get away with the self-defense, but I don't think so. No, he passed away on the scene, Tina said. Yeah, and let me talk about that too. I listened to Tamara Neely yesterday. She was playing the audio or the clip of the woman and the man when they came out of the courtroom, out of the courthouse, standing outside explaining what they saw. It was almost verbatim what Dwayne said recently. It was uncannily the exact same thing, the same cadence, where certain things were, and such like that. It seemed extremely rehearsed. That's all I'm gonna say. What's going on, Willie Doc? How are you, brother? Grace and peace to you, man. Yeah, I don't see that it was raining. I mean, maybe you can say it was drizzling. Okay, I'm not going to argue. I don't even think that's a matter of. I'm not even contesting it. Fine, it was raining. It wasn't raining. It was sunshine. It was cloudy. Why was he under the tent? There's the problem. Yeah. So, like it, and again, like I said that in my video that dude Dwayne was lying. I said he was lying. He's the one that said that Austin Metcalf tripped onto the knife. Remember that? All right, yeah. Nothing like that was seen on that video. I'm like, what are we doing here, man? I'm trying to see if I can I don't see another one. I'm trying to see if I've seen any other clips and maybe I can pull in real quick and look at them, but I don't see any more. Yeah. I don't see any more. Ooh. I know this World Cup is going crazy though. I am all for it though. All right. Yeah, I don't see any more. Oh, wait, what is this? Oh my gosh. All right, here's the full 15 minutes. Okay, well, let's pull this in. Shout out to Sarah Fields. And it's on X, by the way, but let's pull it in. I don't think there's any audio here, but let's I don't hear anything. So here's the other camera from across the field. You can see over there in the top left corner, that's the Memorial High School tent right there. Let me just see real quick. How's it look? Oh, okay, yeah. Because you can see Karmelo right there. All right. When you try to run. All right. Okay, so here's the full video without it being zoomed in. And there's no audio, by the way. But I'll be quiet so we can all see better. It definitely doesn't look like it's raining. And as soon as I said that, somebody opened up a tent, an umbrella right there. Really? You really? Really? Kimberly, really? Really? Okay. All right. Girl, you can stop. You can stop. You can go right on wherever you came from. Go on and go there. Ain't nobody require you to be here. I'm so for real. All right. So, I mean, I don't know if this was a weather delay Or what? It doesn't look like it's, I mean, you can see some drops of rain coming down. I'll give you that. But it definitely don't look like the event was being stopped by any means or measure. Okay, let me ask a question. Okay, fine. Austin Metcalf was a bully. Because somebody's a bully, you are justified in shoving a knife in their chest. Great job, Kimberly. Excellent commentary. Very keen, wise understanding of just plain logic. Who cares if the boy was a bully? You're not supposed to be under his tent. That's irrelevant. Thank you so much I appreciate you, Kim. Thank you so much for coming through. You keeping it fun. Thank you so much. Oh no, right, I'm right there with you. Fit, I appreciate it. I don't think anybody's gonna call it AI, but I won't be surprised. But I don't think they will, Sister Scripture. But I'm not going to say it's impossible. There we go. I told y'all. I told y'all we was gonna get the other video. Did I not say that the other day? Did I not say that they are not going to be happy with the video that comes out? I say when you get a video comes out, they're gonna say there was another video is out there. That's a different video, not the one I saw. I told y'all that. I am not a prophet, and nor is my dad a prophet, but I told you this was gonna happen. I told you these people just do not want to let go. They don't care about truth. They care about being right. And they're gonna do whatever. They're gonna come up with another video that's out there that this, that, and the third. That's it. They will not accept that Carmelo Anthony killed that man in cold blood. That's it. You don't need videos and grade point averages and what was his work record like. He killed the man. That's it. Just stop it. But see, Kimberly is just like, I told y'all this, y'all. Run the tape back, producer Jason. I told y'all these smooth brain people do not want truth. They don't. They just want to be right. And they're going to sit here and they're going to twist themselves into all kind of phonetic pretzels until they get what they want, which is to be said to be right. They're going to just keep making it up, keep going. What about the other video? I told y'all this. Shout out to Kim. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Appreciate you. Okay, I'm trying to. This is just a plain old security cam. Well, I'm glad that you know that, Kimberly. That is amazing that you knew that. Well, I'm glad that you knew that. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of rain we're looking at here. I mean, sure, it looks like it had rain for sure. And there's a little drizzle coming by every now and then, but it's not like torrential downpour. I got to seek shelter. And by the way, this is on Sarah's channel, by the way. If the mods could drop Sarah's and JDMiles as well as Nick Sorter's X accounts. That'd be great. Yeah, maybe drizzling, but it don't look like it's bothering. Let me see. It don't look like the track meet's about to be delayed or canceled or anything like that for sure. And definitely not under a little dusty tent. No, man, I don't see any tornado warnings here. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what I don't see them getting jumped. I don't think he had to be a trouble kid. No, I don't think so. Just like a kid that goes out for the first time and does something that they're not supposed to, and they get into an accident in the car. They didn't have to have. They could have been perfect kids, and just made a bad decision. We don't have to. We don't have to read more into it than the fact that he did the wrong thing and did not control his emotions. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, now they let me see. Okay, so Karmelo is already under the 10, I think, at this point over here. I wish it was clear. I really do wish it was clear. I might be wrong there. All right. So he was already under the tent. Let's go back. When did he get there though? All right, so he's under the tent. They're having a dialogue. I don't see anybody jumping. Do you see any commotion going on that side of the tent? I don't see a bunch of guys stomping on anybody, wailing on anybody, nothing. I see it right there. Okay, wait. A shove. I see a shove, and then it looks like I don't know who's the next human I see moving, but I did see the shove. I see it looks like a shove. Wait, let me back up a little smidgen, back a little bit more. I mean, it does look like a shove, but it does look like a mollywop. Don't look like he got jumped or anything like that. And he's up, and he's coming down the steps. I mean, he is booking. It's funny, he was standing his ground, but then he stabbed the man and then he left the ground that he was standing. If he was so righteous, why did he leave the ground that he was standing? Yeah, I'm gonna put myself in 0-second timeout. Okay, I'm gonna put myself in timeout. Kimberly, go away. Go away. Just leave. Just leave. It's okay. It is. I'm not in the mood today for it. You said I feel sorry for both Karmelo and Anthony. Like I said, we all have taken. Just go away. If you want, I can boot you from it, or you can leave and come back another day. Just leave. Just leave, because I'm feeling like being petty tonight. and I'm not in the mood. I'm not gracious tonight. If y'all want to call my DAC in it, you want to call my my head deacon and tell him like Jason being petty over here tonight, that's fine. But I don't feel like it. So just go away. I told you there's no need to, I told you I'm petty tonight. I'm gonna call names tonight. My name is Jason. You want to call my pastor or something? You want to call my head deacon? You want to call my shepherding elder? I'm gonna tell them the same thing. I told you I'm being petty tonight. You're well served to just go ahead and tap out. I'm just gonna say, because I'm not gonna get any better. I just feel like being petty tonight. I'm just gonna say I might just put you out, but if I put you out, you'll be banned. And I don't want to do that. So it might be well served to like not put any more comments, Kim, just for your own sake, because otherwise you'll be removed and you won't be able to come back. You have to email management or something. But I'm just saying, just letting you know. All right, let's finish this up. Man, this is sad. Right, there's commotion, but I didn't see anything that looked like what Dwayne had said, what that other lady said. They were talking about like full on battle royale. I don't see anything like that. I do see a push, and I could, it looks like a push to me at least. And then I see Karmelo pop up out the top and come bolting down the stairs. All that pushing and shoving and all that, I don't see where that was. And definitely don't see 2-3 people beating on Karmelo and him sneaking out and them dragging him back in there. None of that stuff. So he ran to Dwayne said he ran to the coaches to tell them that I'm like, well, if you could run to the coaches after you stabbed him, why didn't you just run to the coach before stabbing him and not having this situation at all? I do think he would have kept running. I think you're right on it, Mary. I agree. Because I want to. Because I want to. Wait, you cannot be telling me, hold up. You cannot honestly be telling me that I'm being petty when I legitimately stopped the show to tell you that I'm being petty. You can't honestly be telling me this. You are not going to tell me what I just told you as if that's revelation knowledge. Please stop. I'm just saying. Like, go away. It's okay. I'll let you come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. We're gonna play body cam bingo tomorrow. My shepherding elder is the elder that's responsible for prayer, baptisms, and burials as it relates to my family. So my shepherding elder is responsible for 9 families, and we have a total of 14 elders. So my shepherding elder is responsible for my family and several other families, and that's whenever we have a concern, problem, somebody's sick in the hospital, we need you to go visit an elder, whatever like that, or an elderly person. That's what my shepherding elder does. Badger Den 7080. That's what my shepherding elder does. His name's David. All right, so Karmelo's right there in the middle. I guess this is the coaches that have him. It's not a school resource officer or police officer, as far as I can tell. Because I think the first time we saw him with the police officers when the body cam's on, and I don't see any body cam, or I think we would probably seen the body cam. So this is probably where when the 911 call is going on and the young guy says he's not going anywhere, they got him. That's probably what he's talking about. He can see that he's on the middle of the field and the coaches are around him. He's not going to get away. That's what I'm understanding that to mean. But, you know, tell me what you see. His hands are up, and is that when this is? I guess he has. This is when the officer. Wait, where did that officer come from? Back up. Okay. Okay, so the officer is right here. Man, I wish I could. I need one of those cool things that allow you to zoom in. All right, this is the officer right here, and he's running toward the tent, and you see the coaches waving their hands like, "Hey, we're right here. We got the guy." Okay, that's where this guy. So this officer, where did he come from? Okay, he's running from all the way over here. I at least see him that far to see. Okay, and he's like, "Come here," and he's got his hands up. Carmelo's got his hands up over his head. Yep, there we go. And that's when this is probably when the body cam that we saw kicks on. Yep, because we saw that coach right there that's walking behind him with the black jacket and he has like some khaki pants on. We saw him in the police officer's body cam. So that's probably when it actually got started. That's when the body cam got started. So it wasn't a school resource officer. It's probably just a coach that corralled Karmelo from the beginning. And now he's gonna walk right here. He's gonna make him sit him down over there. Okay, yep, that's there. That's where the body cam kicked on. Right there. So he's patting him down again. He's gonna make him sit down on this ground. All right. So he's patting him down right there. He's talking to, and we might have to go back and watch that audio again. I mean, watch here's another police officer running across the field. We have to go back and watch that body cam again now. Now a lot more, it makes a lot more sense. So you see, if you could, it's hard to tell, but Carmelo's sitting down on the ground. So that's when in the body cam we saw him sitting down. That's him sitting there on the ground right there. And now he's gonna pick him up and walk him out. Yep, there we go. That's what happened. All right, we're gonna go back and watch that. Now I think we should go back and watch that. I really wish we could come. Somebody's gonna do it. I know because there's better editors than me. They're gonna put that body cam and run it alongside this right here. Because I really think watching what's happening from the body cam perspective and watching it from the camera perspective is probably going to be good. I really wish that the camera would go back and look at that memorial tent, but I mean, it is what it is. All right, so let's pull that back in because I think now that makes so much more sense. So let me pull that back in real quick and make sure that we got the fullness of that. Where is it? Here we go. Where are my bookmarks? Oh, there they are. Okay, so now this makes so much more sense. All right, let me pull this back in. And for whatever reason, it is super clear on here, but it wasn't clear before. So shout out for sure. Okay, now watch it, and it just seems to make more sense now.
If somebody is treating the victim, they need to be over there.
Under a memorial tent.
Don't reach for anything, all right, man? Stop right there for me.
See, there's a guy with the
I got the
in the khakis.
Treating the victim. Again, he's on the north end of the stadium. All right. Any weapons on you like that? Oh, look here.
Copy, I'll be in route.
Y'all back up a little bit. Come over here for me. Come over here. I'm gonna put your handcuffs for now, okay? Dispatch 443. Everybody can slow down. I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now, detained.
Everyone else can slow down. Suspects detained in handcuffs.
Hold on. You can open up the channel, and medics are clear to come in. Have them come to the northeast entrance. That's gonna be a gate that's wide open there, and then you come to the victim from there. This is the alleged suspect. All right.
Dispatch is 432.
Okay.
I mean, he says it right there, man. Dang, you can't beat them charges. He said, "I'm not alleged. I know how these things go. I did it." Wow. Yeah, he was just yapping. He was just yapping. And even again, I saw nothing that even looked like a melee or shrum going on under that tent. So for him to but again, he didn't even make a self-defense claim in court.
So nothing on your person at all? Nothing? No, sir. Mind if I reach in your pockets and stuff and all that?
You gonna pat him down like 12 times?
I'm going to be out with this.
A little personal there, okay? Just to make sure. Okay. All right.
I see you there. What's going on? What's going on, Chris?
Over there, so I'll get medics. Memorial tent over there.
If you want to, K-Dub, if you want to talk about it, if you got time, let me know. I know you live in that area. If you want to give a little more little bit more context, hit me up real quick, and I'll. Matter of fact, let me just drop it. Here, I'll just drop it. This is for K-Dub, of course. K-Dub, you know the rules. Keep the camera on. all that kind of good jazz. If you want to, Chris, if you can, I'd love to hear what you got, what your perspective is living there in wherever you live. I don't want to put out there where you live, but shout out.
Guys, all right. He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me. What's happening right now?
Put his hands on me.
Victim is over here on the north end. They got staff standing to him right now. This is the alleged suspect. Already? No. We searched them. Got nothing on him. I don't know what happened.
423. Trackers have negative CPR progress for a little bit.
Racing.
See that's the wrong thing.
Racing.
Sorry, over here. Up to you. It's up to you.
That's fine. This is closer.
Let me do one more little check of you, okay? Yes, you don't mind for reaching your pockets, anything like that? You good?
All right, so we have a guest. Shout out to K-Dub. Shout out to you. How are you, sir? Grace and peace to you.
Hey man, I'm at the airport right now, about to catch a flight. But hey, one of my favorite YouTubers are on, so I got to catch them. We got to talk about it real quick.
Well, man, I appreciate you stopping through. All right, so now tell me where you live in Texas. I don't want to, because I thought you lived in Dallas, but my bad.
Yeah, McKinney, Texas, where they held.
Oh, you live in McKinney? Okay.
Yeah, where they held the trials, where I live. Adjacent to it is Frisco, which I'm about 15 minutes from.
Right.
Frisco, certain parts, depending on where I could get there in 15, 20 minutes. And so when this first happened, it was everywhere on my page. It was so local. Like I knew the day it happened, maybe in the first hour, that this was going on. And of course I paid attention. I followed the trial as closely as I could without being there. And definitely wasn't going to go to the trial. They were acting crazy out there, man. And so
I don't think they were acting, man. I don't think they were acting.
You're right. And so, man, it's sad. I see a lot of people trying to, blame Austin. He shouldn't have pushed. And I liken it to this. It's almost like people who say, a woman gets raped by a man and they're like, well, she shouldn't have dressed like that. It's like, well, she shouldn't have.
Victim shaming.
But she shouldn't have. But how is that a justification for what happened?
I don't know.
Yes, he should not have pushed him. But how is that a justification for what happened? That's what I tell people. And so to me, it sounds ludicrous that we're even trying to make these arguments about this. It's like, I mean, there's so much I could kind of, I've been holding in, because of social media is just, you say one little thing and people go nuts.
Well, let me ask you this question: since you lived there and you were involved in a way faster than most of us, was it racial from the beginning? I
didn't hear anything about the race narrative, really, until we got to the trial.
Really?
That's where,
right.
I'm not saying no one was pushing it hard, but I'll say this: the first day I didn't hear anything about the.
Right.
It was more so shock. It was more so like, man, this is happening in Frisco, of all places.
Right.
I mean, Collin County at one point was the safest place to live in America, not the state of Texas, America. I mean, fastest growing and safest place to live. And so like, it was more so shock of like, and then, you slowly started seeing, oh, this is a racial component. And I get why they did it from a legal. I mean, they're trying to play upon, because they're trying to get him the least amount of time. It's not about what's true; it's what will work.
So
which is a terrible. It was a terrible legal strategy.
It's a horrible strategy
from the outset. It was a terrible legal strategy. I mean, my opinion, he should have apologized, raised the GoFundMe for Austin, and said we're the most apologetic Black people in Frisco. And I bet you, Jason, I know personal stories of friends and family members who have done things.
Put their hat in the hand.
And guess what? Apologized, told the family, and the family believed them and got off 2 years for like murder.
I hate to say it, but I believe that. I totally believe it, man. Because
I mean, you got to play the game. Like you can't go in there playing it was never going to work for him. It was never going to. Not in not in Collin County. They do not play about murder in Collin County.
Not if they're the safest place in America. No. They mean business.
Exactly.
Right. That's how do they become the safest place in America? By not playing games.
Exactly.
No,
and so
somebody said, "Don't mess with Texas.
Don't mess with don't mess with Collin County specifically. Like we're safe around here. But it's people are tired of the race. People are tired of the race narrative. You know, does racism exist? Of course it does. I mean, you see Chud the Builder, right, getting arrested doing foolish. Of course it exists.
Dumb stuff. Absolutely.
Nobody's denying it. But you know what? He getting what he deserved too. That judge ain't playing around with him. But
and nobody's saying free Chud or any of that foolishness. Chud deserves to go to jail, just like Karmelo needs to go to jail. Like
absolutely,
we're equal opportunity.
Equal opportunity, man. You do wrong, man. You deserve to be punished. You got to go, man. It's sad. You know what? I feel bad for Karmelo, not because of what he did and what he deserves what he's getting, but he's being misled by his parents. I talked about Frisco. Frisco is a majority white Republican conservative city. And I think
your buddy, your friend lives in Frisco.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, when we were out there, exactly. Hey, I was out.
Shout out to my brother.
I was out in that same spot this weekend. That's funny, but it's like the victimization you have to go through to think you're just like this perpetual narrative of, oh, I have this hard life in Frisco. I mean, I don't even know how the mindset comes into you. I mean, you grew up middle class, bro, with both your parents. Stepfather. You know what I'm saying, but. You have to come to a warped mindset to come to this narrative while you live in Collin County.
So one of the things, and I don't know, I keep hearing conflicting stories about whether or not Drew Anthony is Carmelo's dad. I keep hearing, and I'm gonna believe that it's his dad. I've heard conflicting things, but that's not my argument. My argument is that you could have two parents and still not be proper, because this is an emotional regulation problem. Anybody who has children, you've seen this. You have a child who has an outburst because they don't get something that they want. And all this is sadly a 17, 18-year-old with a knife in his hand is the same thing as a 7-year-old or a 3-year-old with a Tonka truck or Legos. The exact same thing. It's just getting progressively worse. And he just did not have, again, because this is just emotional regulation. Insanity. Because I'm looking here at the video, and I even mentioned it during the clip. I'm like, wait, how you standing your ground? You stab somebody, and then you run from the ground that you was just standing on. I thought you were standing your ground.
And he told. Let me just say this for people out there: if you ever commit a crime, get a lawyer immediately. Don't talk. I mean, people don't know how many people incriminate themselves from date, bro. Once he said that, he was done.
He was good.
He was done. I mean, he was not winning that trial. It was a matter of how much time he was going to do.
Right.
And again, I thought about this a lot, and ultimately, I don't know how he was raised. Right. I don't know that. So I don't blame his parents for what he did, but I do blame his parents for everything after that fact.
I blame his mom and dad for everything that happened that day forward.
Right.
Right. So everything that happened since, from the moment Austin's body hit the ground until now, I blame his mom and dad, because I'm sorry, listening to dad and the little bit that he understands about the legal system, what else do you have to do? You should you should be so immersed in this. You should be Matlock at this point.
Bro,
you should be Perry Mason.
I would have said
Columbo.
I would have said a press conference. We would have cried all together. We would have talked about how, I mean, we would have started a GoFundMe. We would have invited him over for dinner. I mean, we would have shook hands with his whole, bro, what do I got to do?
What we got to do?
How can we get a deal? I'm talking about under 10 years. I would be like, yeah, okay, that's cool.
Whatever. Right. Let me also point out something, and I don't know when you're playing this, so let me know when you got to go.
Yeah.
Like, why is it that everybody that the Anthony family tapped to represent them is the worst kind of people? Like, dang, bro, at this point in the game, bro, I would even accept the TD Jakes, Chris. No, bro. You know how bad it is. Bro. I would accept the Jakes.
I said they should have went with at least Al Sharpton. Like, at least he's
they should have went. I would have even accepted Joel Osteen, my guy. Like, at least somebody, man. Like, how you gonna keep getting these people with these
Charleston White
background? Charleston White?
Seriously?
Like, go get You couldn't have just got a pastor or your pastor to represent you.
Somebody. I mean, the drunk uncle would have been better.
The drunk uncle. That's who Charleston White is.
You're right. Yeah, that's right.
Like, no,
Man,
but I'm with you. Though. I'm like,
no.
Why did y'all?
It is.
That's
sad
what I'm saying. Like that kind of stuff.
Mm.
I'm sorry. I sadly, Karmelo, you cooked, my dude. When you stabbed him, you was cooked, and your mom and dad made sure the rotisserie was good.
You know, it's wild because we talk about this race narrative, man. This narrative is so strong on the Black community because let the roles have been reversed. Let Austin been a Black dude from South Dallas, man. You know how many people would make it the exact opposite arguments.
Oh yeah, he should have left. Oh, absolutely.
Like, he stabbed him, and obviously there would have been more outcry, I bet. But I mean, you can't listen to what happened and think this was a racial case. Now,
absolutely.
Now, Austin's dad didn't do him no favors after that case, because then that added fuel to the fire, I believe. But we have to think in proper categories.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Two things can be true. What he said was foul, and it's still not a racial case. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's two things can be true in my opinion.
No, I can give you that. I don't know. I'm willing to give him some grace because he's had to sit quiet and listen
angry.
to Charleston White drag him and listen to these Dominique drag him, and now you can actually say something. And you might have some colorful language came spewing out, but I think it's because of.
It was a little too much, man.
It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot for sure.
But yeah, he's angry. I mean, I man, he had my respect at first because when it first happened, he was like wanting to pray with the family, and they shunned him.
Yeah,
and they shunned him. Like, I think that's when he was like, you know what? I hope he gets life. I think at that moment he was like, I don't care what happens to your son.
Yeah.
So it's now I've been watching some of your content on it. I've been keeping up with some of the videos on it. You've been doing a good job covering it, and just
appreciate you, man. Thank
you. Letting the facts speak. I mean, we're Christians. I mean, do we let the facts speak, or do we let race baiting narratives speak?
Right. Or people coming up with these wild stories. Like I saw this video and I saw 9 kids jumping on them, mollywopping them, and the guy crawling out, bear crawling out of the thing, and then they drag them back in.
There was a grenade. There was a grenade involved.
No, and aliens, the Klingons made an appearance, bro, and the multiverse opened up. But like, what are we doing?
You see that video, and though it's grainy, you can make out what's happening. You know what I mean? For the most part, you can tell he walks up to the tent. You can tell he's pushed a little, and then chaos happens. He runs away, right? The narrative, he got jumped, all that. People can still watch that video and still come up with the narrative that we just talked about and made fun of. For some people, facts
Robert
don't
Downey
matter,
Jr.
evidence don't matter,
They just want to be right.
matter, truth don't matter. All that matters is narrative.
That's all it is. And Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Dr. Doom. That's it. That's all they care about.
That's right. And the narrative was so strong here. Now people say, okay, he was guilty, but he shouldn't have gotten that long. Hey man, it says 5 to 99 years.
Like, and I would ask people, okay, for that argument there, what would be your justification for less time? He didn't get up and explain himself. Because again, when this all popped off, I was team Karmelo shouldn't have taken a stand. But now, after further review, like, no, he should have got in that stand and did the Kyle Rittenhouse crying and sobbing and weeping. He should have did it, but and at least explain how he felt that he was in danger.
I would have took that stand. Well, I wouldn't have went with. I wouldn't have with the. I would have passed out on the stand. I would have passed out from emotional distress.
Chris, if you pass out on the floor real quick and show us what it looks like.
Not in public.
In the airport. You gotta do it in the airport though.
They gotta have 30 people surrounding me. I would have took that man. I would have acted a fool on that stand. I would have been emotional.
No,
You know,
I agree, but something I think there needs. I'm asking people like, what's your justification for less time?
I wouldn't have went with
He didn't even do this
self-defense.
stuff.
I wouldn't have went with self-defense. I didn't think that was the best narrative, especially with the confession. I mean, he's literally yeah, I did it. I mean, hey man, sucks. I mean, I would have went with, yeah, my client did it, but he has a good clean record. He's never been in trouble. He's a good student, he's in a good community. I would have pumped Frisco up, like this is where he lives. He's not a troublesome kid. But I think they went with the wrong
wrong
narrative.
He
was still gonna be guilty. I mean, it didn't matter. It didn't matter.
Like
but
the idea that he was going to go home that day, that was a fool's errand.
Absolutely, yeah.
He wasn't going home. He wasn't going home that day. That's for sure. Let me ask you, do you think it would have weighed better if not only did they say, hey, my client is guilty, he pled guilty to it, he also has started to seek restitution with the family. They used some of this GoFundMe money to pay for the funeral, and letting them know, like, look, we're doing our very best.
I think he would have got scholarships on the cast, $1,000 every year. I mean, you name it. The other son, we would have done something special for him.
Right, he's my best friend now.
I mean, I would have
got matching tattoos. I don't know, something.
Yeah.
Right.
The date, something, man. But there was no emotional connection, and I'm not saying because I don't know. We don't know because he didn't share. We don't know, but people are going to assume you were a cold-blooded murderer because we did not see emotion. We did not see any like sorrow, and especially because you're a representative who spoke on your behalf, we definitely didn't see any compassion or emotion, at least not in favor of the son.
No, I agree 100%.
So people don't think about these things. Like a lot of that goes into the sentencing. Isn't just the act. It's not just the act. It's who they believe you are. If they believe you can will repeat this offense again. There's so much that goes into it that I don't think people understand. They just say, "Oh, he killed him. It was a heat of the moment kind of thing, and he shouldn't have got it because he's." I just. There's a lot of learning lessons to come from this too. You talked about it. Regulating your emotions I think is a huge issue to this. It's so gigantic, man. You know what, man? Because from going to no trouble to doing 35 years in half a second is crazy.
Crazy work.
To kids who watch this, you were one bad decision away from spending the rest of your life in prison cell. One bad decision.
One bad decision. And again, it doesn't matter if you I don't think the school record, his GPA, having 2 jobs, I don't think any of that stuff matters. Because if he had been driving and ran over somebody's kid, none of that stuff would matter.
And Jason, man, I was thinking of this too. It's like, I mean, it's not that I was on big bad tough guy, but I mean, we kind of fought growing up. I mean, what happened to that? I mean, bro, I'm not advocating violence, but if they would have fought, this story would have been known about. Nobody would have.
I hate to say it now, but people don't like. I mean, we did used to fight. Just fist the cuff, like just fight.
Right.
But I don't think they're used to that now. I mean, and I don't think mutual combat is a real thing that people are like. Oh, okay. Me and Chris fought. Chris bopped my head on the ground. I'm gonna take my legs and go home.
They come with a gun next week if you bop them in the head one time.
Like I tell the joke, like my best friend from elementary school, we met when we were 5. And you know what we were doing? You know what both of our memory of each other were? We were fighting in my front yard. We don't know why.
It don't
to
matter
this
why.
day. We don't know why we were fighting in my front yard, but we know that we were 5 fighting in my front yard, and we're still friends to this day. But
what's been the reaction? Because I haven't seen it. I've only kind of seen your coverage of this footage. What's been the reaction on social media because of it?
So most of it, and I rushed home. I was picking up my daughter from school. She was at a camp, and we were coming back, and I ran across this. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I was like, I'm gonna come on. So I haven't seen a whole bunch of everybody's speaking on it. Because like I said, I'm hoping that somebody will maybe even do like a compare. Oh Lord, there's another one.
Another what?
Another body cam footage just popped up.
Oh wow.
Bro. Okay, well, you got time?
Yeah, let's
It's pretty
watch it
short. It's
real
not
quick.
long.
Yeah.
It's not long at all. But another angle of him saying that he
But
did.
real
Whoa.
quick before you play this, because I was hearing so much like conspiracy. Why won't they release the video? Because the video is going to share the truth of the matter. And here we have it. And it's like,
Yeah,
actually,
this
it's
is not.
kind of clear.
Yeah, this is exactly what
This
everybody
everybody
said.
can
So all
play.
this other stuff that we heard,
I am
all
not
the other
alleged,
people.
sir. I did it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Okay. So here you
Get
go.
a lawyer, guys. Get a lawyer.
It's the alleged suspect. Okay. No, I'm not. I know how it goes. I'm not alleged. Okay. We'll be there in a minute.
I forget the terminology of this.
Spontaneous utterance.
There we go. When you're
Or
not even
ecstatic
being
utterance. Yeah.
when you're not even being asked a question about, and you're like, yeah, I did it. I did it.
Yep.
It's like, oh, hey, because at if you're asking him questions by this time, you have to Mirandize. He's handcuffed. Do you believe he's a suspect? You have to
but
Mirandize.
They're not interrogating them. From my understanding.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. He's just willingly giving up free information.
Yeah,
So
here is I'm sorry, this is Fit Lawyer ATL.
Exactly.
She was in here earlier and she just said Miranda is not required when you're not being interrogated while in custody. Yep, nobody asked him a question. He was just talking.
Yeah, so as long as he keeps all this can be used in court. You know what I mean? Now
and
they can't ask him any. Yeah, exactly. It definitely was. So if they started asking him questions without Mirandize, then that would not be
admissible, right?
Yeah. So
he was self-snitching.
I mean, guys, if even if he guilty, not guilty, my advice: get a lawyer, guys, because don't just be giving up information, especially being accused of something as large as that.
Nobody wants weapons at school. Nobody wants weapons at school. We didn't say no. Nobody here said it, at least.
No,
nobody here on this channel said it.
I mean, there's so many good arguments now for homeschooling your kids. Oh, here she goes.
Shout out to Fit. What's going on, Fit? Are you coming? I know you out there hanging out. Do you want to come on too? Let me drop it for Fit if you want to come on and cause trouble. Here we go. But no, yeah, this is just sad, man. I really don't think. But to me, I think Chris, and feel free to jump in. I think there's a lot to learn from here, and like, of course, get a lawyer before you start running your mouth. But also, like step back and think. Okay, breathe deep. Okay, what is the situation we have, and what are the directional paths that we have? It looked like there was two directions, right? Like that meme. You're walking. You got the two memes. You can go over here, try to find some kind of restorative situation right here. Try to resolve this with your adversary before you get to the judge, right? Or I'm gonna go over here and kick a beehive and stir as much trouble as possible.
Well, a lot of people have been taught, nah, ain't nobody gonna punk me. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. So I'm like this attitude and this vibrato that a lot of people carry is no one's going to tell.
Uh-oh. I guess Chris's phone told him. Shout out to Chris. That's K-Dub from K-Dub True. If the mods could drop his link in the chat, I'd appreciate it. I don't know if his phone said we done, my guy. He was at the airport. I don't know, maybe he was Fit, I am not putting that on my screen. I am not messing with you, girl. I am not. Fit said she got her bonnet on already. She said, look. Oh, gotcha. So nobody wants that, is my point. But Anthony supporters are advocating defending him by bringing, and that's what I'm saying. Carmelo Anthony supporters don't want truth. They're not worried about truth. They're worried about, they would say something like that egregious, like it's okay for a child to bring a weapon to school. Like, please, like, come on. It's okay. She's okay. She got my permission to pass tonight. Where did Chris go? All right, I think his phone, it still says he's on. But I do want to say thank y'all so much right here. I appreciate it. What did you say right here? From another wit. Thank you. Well, thank you so much, Nani. And I appreciate you with the 2. What did Mike say? He said this with the 10. For the petty boot. Chris has talked me off of being petty. He talked me off of it. I'm going to stop. Thank you so much, Burlandi with the 2. I like your petty boots, friend. Look, now y'all provoking me to be petty. Don't provoke me. What does April say over here with the 10? I feel like bring race into it and turning away Austin's dad was the mistake made. Oh, no question for me at all. I feel like the people failed Karmelo. This is why I told my kids to think before you do. No, that is 100% wise counsel. Just think about what you're doing. Take a second to breathe. Even if it seems like it's hot and heavy in the moment, Karmelo could have stepped back from the fray. If he felt like he was justified in being under the tent, then step back a little bit, because if you want to say this guy's too big, okay, fine. Let me step back. Okay. All right. I got and Karmelo knew that he had the weapon in his bag. So I know I got the equalizer, AKA this knife in my bag, if things go south. Or what else could I do? I told you all, one of my rules for my children, my students, was don't bring me problems, bring me solutions. So don't just say, hey, Mr. Whitaker, this, that, and the other, this kid is doing this. No, I don't got any time for that. I got more problems than you can imagine. So resolve the issue, but think first. If you get into a fight, Mr. Whitaker doesn't break up fights. That was a rule I told all of my parents from the beginning. Just because I'm a man, I do not break up fights. I don't break them up. I'll call you and you can come up here and you can get your child off of the other child, or get the other child off your child. I don't break up fights. So there you go. Because a lot of people think that, well, if the teacher will break it up, then your child can come to school with a carte blanche to start a fight whenever they want to. Nope. I don't break up fights. Now, what you going to do about that? You're going to tell your child not to start fights. That's what you're going to do. And you can tell your child, don't put your hands on other people's children, because Mr. Whitaker's not going to break it up. Not going to do it. I never had a fight in my class like that. Never. Because I'm not breaking it up. Because people think, oh, well, I can act the fool because Mr. Whitaker break. Nope. I'm not breaking it up. You can come up here and do it yourself. If you tell your child, if you give them these rules of the jungle, somebody touch me, then I can put my hands on them, then you come up here and you deal with your child. Because my rule is we don't put our hands on people. If you gave them the rules of the jungle, then you have to come up here and deal with the rules of the jungle. And that fixes it. Because see, people don't realize like there are consequences, and they just think, oh, well, I can act ridiculous, and then Miss Whitaker gonna break it up. No, I'm not. The devil is a liar. I'm gonna call your mama and tell them to come up here and get it. Just like, come on up here. I feel like as a mom, I would let my kids have a weapon, and definitely to go. And it definitely is going outside the house. Sorry, I feel like we have to write and say, wait. I feel like as a mom, I would let my kids to take to school though. I don't know if I would wait. I don't know about that one, April. And I do thank you for the 5. There's just too many complexities. Like, matter of fact, we had this argument. What school? What district was it? There was a district that was like requiring teachers to carry a weapon. And I'm totally against that. I'm like, no, absolutely not. That is the craziest thing you've ever heard in your life. Because as an adult, carrying, even though we have like concealed carry here in Georgia, you really don't want Miss Bumblebee, 40-year teacher with a 9 on her hip, on her replacement hip. You really don't want that. You don't, it sounds good, when people say it and it looks cool on paper. In application, you don't want that. You really don't. You don't realize just how bad you want that. So if you don't want adults with, again, concealed carry adults in your school managing your class, your child's classroom, because there's 100 reasons why you don't want Miss Bumblebee with a 9 on her replacement hip. You just don't want that. You really, people don't realize how bad they don't want that. But let me go back to the other point. So then we don't want children with them either. or any kind of weapon. And please understand, schools are chock full of weapons, from scissors to pencils to chairs to desks. I've seen a lot of things become weapons that are not under the list of weapons. Books, book bags, again, shoes. I mean, there's a lot of things that could become weapons. We don't need to send them to school with something that is a true weapon. That would be, I think we would look back on that and be like, what were we thinking? What were we thinking when we said that? I don't think that's a good one, in my opinion. Now, let me say this. Let me back this up though. Hold on. Now, if you want to train your child, I do think this is a fantastic something. Teaching your child how to defend his or herself, teaching self-defense classes, or allowing them to be in some kind of sport or discipline that allows them to protect themselves if they're ever in a fight, that they can de-escalate it. And if they can't de-escalate it and it does go to fisticuff, they can with their hands defend themselves. I think that's perfect, because it also will help with that emotional regulation problem, which I think is what happened with Carmelo Anthony, in my opinion. So I do think that, I think there's good rationale for that, if that's what we're talking. If you want to say that. Yeah, the consequences. I don't think people have really sat down and, do the old school T chart, the plus and minus. If you if you pull out a knife on somebody, you got to be ready to use it. So what are we doing? Just like if you unleather or unholster your weapon, are you ready to use it? And therein is the question. And I don't think we really do that. How do you think Carmelo is going to twist and lie about now that that their game plan is now? I think, thank you, June. Personally, I won't be surprised if they come up with, I've seen better videos that I told y'all there's going to probably be this is not the video. There's another video. That's what I'm expecting to hear from them. Like, oh no, the video I saw was, a 30-minute battle royale, looked like WWE. That's what I'm expecting them to say. So they're not going to be satisfied with this. They're going to say it was something else. That's what I think is going to happen. I like what Tanny said right here. She says it's almost seems like he planned this beforehand, thinking he would get off by saying it was self-defense. Boy, was he wrong. Knowing children today, I have a 19-year-old and a 16-year-old, and knowing their cohort, they don't think that robustly. They just don't. They really don't. I mean, sometimes it's an hour by hour. This would require some real deep thought. You know what I mean? I can't imagine. Now, is it impossible? No. But if you have a teenager or a young adult in your household or in your life, am I lying? Am I lying? They just don't think like that. I just don't see them planning it out like that. But it is very possible. But I just don't know I don't know if it's likely, in my opinion. But I like what you say. I just don't. It's like hour by hour sometime, and they just be flying by the seat of their pants. What you doing today? I don't know. Dad, I'm on my way out the door. Where are you going? You just said you didn't know you was going to do anything. I'm retired, teacher. Let's see. All right. I feel like he should have thrown some hands, not bring out a weapon. That's when you will lose, because the police gets involved and it's on you at that point. Yeah, I mean, if they had just gotten into a fight, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Or we would not be having this conversation if they just fisticuff, duked it out. Now, on the bleachers, somebody could have got hurt. Sure. Somebody could have stumbled and fell. There could have still been some bad outcomes, but I don't think it would have been as bad. We would not be talking about this if that had happened, in my opinion. All right, it looks like some good. It looks like a lot of good conversation. I love the conversations back and forth. Oh, is that what you meant, April? April said, I mean, I wouldn't let them. Thank you, sir. I think you said it right here. April, you didn't have to drop it another. I see it right here. I wouldn't let them. Okay, I got you. Thank you, April. You're still my friend. You're still my friend. Okay, I got you now. Now we cooking. Now we on the same page. And there's a collective. Oh, I got you now. We got you now. We got you. We weren't gonna kick you out the cookout though. We was gonna keep you anyway. It's okay. Okay, I do think some of the teachers should carry to protect their students and themselves. You don't want that, bro. You really don't. There are so many unintended consequences of that. I'm telling you. Okay, let me just break it down. All right. As a school teacher, there are many a day. There's many a day that you are running after a student that is a special needs child in the kindergarten hall that breaks down the hallway. You would have runners. We'd have these runners in the school all the time, and they would just get out and they would run. They would just break out of the classroom, run down the hallways, run out the building. You don't want somebody with a concealed carry on their hip running after a kindergartner and the gun falls out. You don't want that. Cafeteria, a fight breaks out and the teacher, it's not going to be me, but a teacher jumps in there to break it up and their weapon falls out. You don't want this. And these are the things that people don't think about when they say, oh, we should arm teachers. Just put a resource officer in the building. That's it. Because then another great question is, where does the weapon go? Does it go home with them every night? Does it stay in the building every night? Do they have a gun closet in the school safe? Where does the gun go? And then if they have it in their car and they have concealed carry and they have some kind of issue, they're having a domestic dispute with their spouse and they have they can't be around their spouse or whatever, and it's such of that nature, and they got a gun in the car, you really, truly, you do not want this. I'm sorry. There are at least 10 other solutions. Some of those being hire former police officer, former military to be the school resource officers. That's it. And all the money that your school district pays to buy weapons for teachers, make sure that they're trained, make sure they have ammunition. All of that money could just go to hire 4 or 5 resource officers, and they're there at the school every day. You really, truly, I'm telling you, you do not want some of the stuff I've seen teachers have to put up with. You just don't want it. Yeah, and this is a teacher, and just think about it. Again, as a former classroom teacher, I taught for 15 years. You don't get into teaching. You don't get into teaching because you want to defend the realm or something, or you want to get out here and be Black Widow or John Wick. You just want to teach kids and you think that you're good at it. Of all the things that teachers have to deal with, you do not want him or her to have to worry about, will I have to unsheath my weapon today because somebody crazy came to the building? That's just not, you just do not want to put that on a teacher. I'm sorry. And again, there's great teachers. I'm not saying that every teacher is emotionally just a wreck, but they just want to teach kids, man. They just want to teach kids. They just want to teach kids. Real bad, real quick. Yeah. You go to a restroom. They put their weapon on the sink and forget it in there in the teacher's restroom. What about when they go on field trips? I mean, there's just too many questions. And trust me, you want your teacher to be dialed in, focused on training and teaching your child, not thinking about whether or not I left my weapon on safety or not, or whether or not my weapon is properly loaded and such of that nature. When I get down on the floor for reading time with the kids. And I'm not saying that they can't be trained. I'm just saying, like, just put resource officers in the building. That's it. Just put resource off. Right. Like, we haven't even got there. We haven't even got with a teacher being attacked by a student, and I have a weapon on my hip. Yeah, you put me in a high school where the kid is the same size as me, talking mad reckless, and I have a weapon on my hip. You just don't want that. You really don't want that. Just get resource officers. Now, there might be schools that do. And I'm not mad at them. Okay, rock on. But I think we could solve some other problems, like train police officers, train ex-military, train first responders that want to go into a second career, and they're just going to be the school resource officer. Hire 5 of them per school. You've given jobs and such like that, and they're responsible for that stuff. They can go through all the training. They already know how to use it. They know how to make sure to properly store it and all that kind of stuff like that, where it goes when they leave the school building, when they go home. That's all on them. Miss Bumblebee and Mr. Caterpillar, they're just worrying about teaching ABCs. Right. And just so if you already have those, then stock those up. I don't think personally, I don't think there needs to be any conversation. And we were somewhere here in Georgia, I want to say it was. Where school was it? It was somewhere where they were really thinking about making it mandatory for teachers to carry. I did a whole video on that, and I was like, that is the worst idea on the planet. What does MT say? MT, thank you so much. What do you say, friend? MT said, there must be something valuable on this hill because the amount of people willing to die on it are giving me gout. Oh no. Oh, what hill? The Karmelo Anthony or the teachers carrying hill? Let me know. Just drop it in the chat. I used to want to be a teacher, but not anymore. Yeah. It's an interesting field. Anyway, down here, it's only a select few who can seal carry. It's mainly male coaches. Honestly, most are former military, lots of training. See, I'm fine with that. I just don't think I would not want to be a classroom teacher with the responsibility of carrying. That's all. Now, again, we got school resource officers or school administrators, the school secretary. They carry, you know what? I probably could rock with that. It's just, you're just too close to little people. I don't think it's good to be that close to little people and have, a weapon on you in a school building. Now, I'm not saying that schools should be weapon-free places. I do believe that other professionals should carry, and I'm fine with that. I just don't think teachers, again, if you talk to your child's teacher, if your child in public ed or private school or whatever, if you just talk to your child's teacher about tell me about your day, tell me about your week of planning and such like that, and just see, like, when would they have time to get properly trained to be able to unsheathe the weapon? They just don't. Teachers just don't have that time. They really don't. And they are out here teaching these ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. And you really want that. You really want these teachers to be dialed into that. You do not want them worrying about that. Oh, the Karmelo Hill. Too many people die. Yeah, there's just too many people. I'm kind of interested in why these people crashing out over something that has really, truly no bet. You cannot convince me that Karmelo Anthony's story matters to me here in Georgia. Like, convince me of that. Teachers should not have to take on that responsibility. Their focus should be on teaching. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they can't. There's just a lot of other things in there. Yeah, absolutely. So it's always, everybody knows this about me. Well, maybe they don't. I don't know. I have a classmate who had a child that didn't come home. And so it was always my rule in my classroom. Beginning of the year, I tell the parents a lot of things. They kind of make them stand up on their head. I tell them, like, I'm their second teacher. You are the first teacher. I don't break up fights. And the other rule that I always told my parents, if your child listens to me, I'm going to do my very best to make sure they come home to you the exact same way that you send them to me. All they have to do is make sure that they listen to me. That's it. So fire drills, school lockdown drills, tornado drills, your child needs to listen. Because I taught in the city of Atlanta where we would have lockdowns that weren't drills. They were like real. I mean, we've had shootouts outside of my school. We've had police chase and helicopters and all that stuff searching for fugitives around our playground. And my rule was always very simple. If your child listens to me, they will come home exactly how you sent them to me. And fun fact, my last year teaching, I actually taught my daughter's class. I taught the same grade as my daughter. And it was kind of funny when I told that to our parents, because that parent night, the parents were there with their students. And I remember Chief Executive Second Born looking over at one of her classmates and saying, he means that. He really does. So I bring that up simply to say that if you trust me when they trusted me with their child, they're going to get their child back. And here's the last little story I'll tell you about this. And I'll move on from here. One day I had a parent in the classroom watching, parents can come and just hang out with their kids and whatnot like that. But I knew that the parent wanted to keep an eye on me, was trying to see what Jason was doing. Not a problem. So we're doing our deal, all that kind of stuff like that. And one of the things that my class was very, very strict on, when the alarms go off for a fire drill, alarms go off for a school lockdown, alarms go off for whatever, you stop what you're doing, you put your hands on your desk, and you look at Mr. Whitaker. That's it. You don't have to worry about if it's a fire alarm, if it's a flood alert, if it's a school intruder. You don't have to worry about any of that. All you do is you put your hands on your table, and you find me, and you look at me. That's all you got to do. Now back to that mom. So we were there that day, and the alarm went off. And the mom got up, grabbed her child's hand, and started to walk to the door. And the child didn't move. He pulled his mom's hand. And she's like, we getting up out of here. He said, and she looked over at me, and I'm looking at her. She sat down. And I told her we did exactly what we were supposed to do. It was a fire drill. And we did exactly what we were supposed to do. So to answer your question, yeah, I was prepared to do that. But I also am prepared to do everything I needed to do to make sure that every child that came to me, and thank God, by God's grace, I never had I can say this with my whole chest. Every child that came to me went back to their moms and dads each night. So that's the story. All right. So, all right, good folk. Wait, I teach tactical self-defense. I can accurately hit 45 targets in 55 seconds with one reload. You have no idea how fast things can go down. Well, thank you so much, user. I appreciate it. And that's what I don't think. And I'm sure if you were honest, in order to do that feat that you're talking about, that's a lot of training. That's a lot of expelling of hot lead and a lot of missed targets and a lot of reshoots and repractice and repractice and practicing and practicing. And teachers just don't have that time. They just don't. They really don't. Well, thank you so much, love. I thank you so. Appreciate you. So, all right, good people. Okay. There's another. Wait, I did see the second body cam. Fit. I got it right here. We just saw it. I think this is the female officer's body cam. Is there another one? Oh yeah. I mean, they just dumping it. They said, look, we gonna make Friday Night Lights one way or another. They said, look, we're gonna turn Friday Night Lights into something. We're gonna turn it into something here. Let me see. Okay, the ones. Okay, I don't see any other ones. Gosh, this is crazy. Okay, yeah, I don't see any other ones, but I'm just looking through last check. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I got them all. Whew. There's always something, boy. There's always something. All right. What we got here? Good people. Uh-oh. So you don't even have to aim. Uh-oh. I did play it. You want me to play it again? I did play it. See, Fit, you Fit coming in here missing out what we talking about. Let me pull it back up. All right, so wait, this is the first one. Let me go back. I just closed it out too, right? Right after I said that. Oh shoot, what did I just do with it? I just had it. I played it, Fit. Don't be trying to call me out. I just literally closed it out. All right, what we got? Okay, yeah, that's the same one. Okay, cool. All right, good folk. Let's get out of here. Let's bug out of here. Wait, what we got here? I'm not crying. You are teacher of the decade. I don't know about. Look, thank you so much, MT. I appreciate you for the two. Yeah, teaching is fun, man. But I just again, I realize that teachers get a bad rap. They don't, and there's a lot of teachers out there that had no business being in the classroom, but there's a lot of good teachers that really truly want to do right by your children, but right by you and your family, and the such of that nature. And you just do not want Miss Bumblebee over there trying to aim. You just don't want that. It's not what you want. You just don't want it. Oh, here it is right here. Okay. Fit is here. Let me. All right. This is not the one I had earlier, but it's somebody else's made it a video. Here, let me play it again for Fit real quick. All right. So this is the other body cam of Carmelo Anthony. Whew. All right. Make sure the volume is hot. Okay. Let's go.
It's the alleged suspect.
Okay. I am. No, I'm not. I know how it goes. I'm not alleged.
Okay. We'll be there in a minute.
Wow.
It's the alleged suspect.
Okay. I am. No, I'm not. I know how it goes. I'm not alleged.
Okay. We'll be there in a minute.
Wow. I mean, that's man, that is rough. Yeah. And the reason I guess I just hate it because as most people have said, and we realize like this did not have to be like this. It didn't have to be like this at all. But to know that so many people are trying to spin yarn and twist the narrative now when this is what we have, I promise you tomorrow, I promise you, as sure as my name is Jason, somebody gonna be rolling up in here talking about the video is edited, or I saw a clearer version where they was mollywopping Carmelo and it was WWE SmackDown. I promise you. They won't just accept this man did the wrong thing. And that's just unfortunate. He did the wrong thing. Yeah, and shout out to Lace right here. The questions you're asking have zero bearing on the situation. For me, authorized or not, if someone asks you to leave, touch, push, or even punches you, you don't stab them. But see, this is my question with that. Then if Karmelo was in the right, why did he leave after he stabbed Austin Metcalf? If he was in the right, if standing your quote unquote ground is fine, then why did he leave? Because people are like impugning all these adult thought processes on the 17, 18-year-old, like he understood all this happening in real time. He had the mind of a quantum computer, and he's really processing all this in his mind. So then, therefore, why did he leave? If he was in the right, why did he leave? And you can see, if we got to go back and watch it, he was booking. He wasn't just walking away, sauntering away, tiptoeing through the tulips. He was booking. He was running. He was a track star. Why? If he was in the right. Just asking a question. Do we need to go back and watch him booking up out of there? Like, what was the purpose of him running like that if he was in the right? Just wonder. What do we have here? Man, thank you. The Rent Sense. Good evening, sir. I live in a very small town in the woods. There's a black family that moved here a year ago. Their children are excelling in both education and sports participation. Shout out. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 10 there. Wrench Sense. Like, are you a mechanic? I like that. But no, I appreciate it. And I'm hoping that one of the things that comes from this is that we realize that we should talk with one another far more than we should assume things about one another. And I really hope that happens. And we just start conversing with folk. We don't need to have a program. It doesn't need to be some kind of formalized whatever. Just talk to your neighbor. Talk to the person at the grocery store. Talk to them. Say, hi, my name is Jason. Who are you? Nice meeting you. Good to have you. Enjoy that broccoli. Just do it. Try it. Try it and see if it works. And don't stab nobody. I saw the theory. I have to process it a little bit more. Mickey, thank you so much. I will look at it, but maybe we'll do that tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna do Sunday because my kids have not told me if they're gonna do anything for Father's Day. Like, man, I said, I need to put in an application for some new kids. Like, what are we talking about? How do you not know what you're gonna do for me for Father's Day? What is that about? How do y'all do that? Y'all pray for my kids. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to say this. Carmelo Anthony supporters need to be shamed. They need to be mocked and shamed. Fine. If you don't want to talk and be rational and come over here and act like normal people, we mock and shame you and put you over there by yourself. We're not listening to you. We're not paying attention to you. We're not considering your opinions, any of that stuff. This is how we should treat Carmelo Anthony. Hold on. This is how everybody who is dealing with Carmelo Anthony people, this should be your position whenever they come around talking foolish. This is it. You ready? This is how you deal with them. This is how you deal with them. I think that's here in Atlanta. Yeah, that's how you. Until further notice, that's how we treat Carmelo Anthony supporters. We just look. Whatever. Another video. Okay, fine. The multiverse opened up. Okay, fine. Dr. Doom is Robert Downey Jr. Okay, fine. Whatever. We are unfazed and unbothered, unburdened by what could have been. I have a hat that says unburdened. Where is that hat at? I'll find it. It's somewhere on the wall of hats over here. Oh, no, it's over here. I see where it is. Okay. But yeah, we don't, whatever. The problem is too many people that have common sense have been giving credence to these lunatics. No, whatever. Okay, fine. You want another? Fine. There's another video. Okay. And Carmelo Anthony's backside is going to be in jail. Fine. You file an appeal. You do realize how an appeal works, right? Okay, got you. He's going to stay in jail until further notice. What do you want me to do? I got to take care of my family, raise my family, and love my Lord. What do you want me to do? I'm not losing no sleep about Carmelo Anthony. I'm not. Just mock him until further notice. I'm burdened by what has been. All right, y'all have a great night. Y'all stop making me act bad. I want to thank you all. Thank you, every last one of y'all, for the very kind supers. Thank y'all so much for jumping in. I know this was very, very impromptu live stream, but I did want to talk about that. The video, as it's going to be all over the place this weekend. Man, talk about a Friday night drop of epic proportion. That's going to be all over the news for the rest of the weekend. And then I'm sure there's going to be more clips that are going to pop up, and I'm sure I'll probably be back again real soon. So the plan is, oh, by the way, I don't know, y'all, I'm loving these World Cup videos. I'm just loving them. So somebody asked me, there's a Buc-ee's up the street from me. So not up the street, it's a little click. Anyway, tomorrow I'm gonna probably live stream from Buc-ee's tomorrow and do a little tour of Buc-ee's. So I'll keep y'all posted. It's gonna probably be early morning before it gets too hot. But anyway, so I'm gonna go check that out. I just think these videos are hilarious. And I just said, I want to talk about Buc-ee's, and people said they've never seen one. So I said, oh, say less. I'm gonna go. I need a reason. I need a reason to go get me some. I need a brisket sandwich, man. A brisket burrito. That's what I want. Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. I think they need more of them, truth be told. I hate that they're so big that you can't put them inside the city. They have to be outside the city almost. But I'm fine with this. I'm gonna go tomorrow. Anyway, y'all have a fantastic night. I'll see you all real soon. And until then, everybody, grace and peace. Take care. Have a good night. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the J Whip Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment, because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.